Hello everyone, my name is Keely. Welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you've been here before. Today I am doing a book haul. I have 26 books to show you. Now this covers the last few months. It covers Christmas and also my birthday, which is in December. So let's go ahead and get started. The first book I have to show you is Morrigan by Mary E. Pearson, and this is the beginnings of the Remnant universe. So if you don't know, the Remnant universe includes the Remnant Chronicles, which the first book is The Kiss of Deception, and the duology Dance of Thieves. Now, a lot of people have heard of Dance of Thieves, but the Remnant Chronicles is my favorite fantasy series of all time, and so this book recently came out and it is stunning, and of course I had to pick it up because I will eat up anything that is in the Remnant Chronicles universe. It's very short as well, but it is just like a beautiful book. And I'm very excited to get to it because I believe this is about the girl named Morrigan who the kingdom was named after, so it'll be interesting to get even more background information about this world. Next, I have Where Darkness Blooms by Andrea Hanna, and this was so kindly sent to me by one of my good friends, Marissa from Genre Garden. She is so lovely, and she knew I was really anticipating this book. She had an arc, so she sent it to me, and this one, it comes out, when does it come out? It comes out in February 21st, and I'm very much looking forward to it. This cover is what really drew me in initially, but the synopsis for it is so incredible sounding. It says it's a supernatural thriller about an eerie town where the sunflowers whisper secrets and the land hungers for blood. So that's all I really need to know. I just feel like it's going to be very spooky and atmospheric and also whimsical at the same time. The next three books I'm going to show you all at once because they go together, and they were so kindly sent to me by my best friend Katie from Katie's Book Nook for my birthday, and we actually buddy read this trilogy together, and that is the Caraval trilogy in these beautiful editions. So first we have Caraval here, and you can see the foiling on it, and I love the stripy spines. And then we have Legendary, also stunning as well. There's the spine. And then we have the last one, Finale, which once again, beautiful, love it. So these are, once again, the Caraval trilogy, and I believe these are like the UK editions, but I saw them on Amazon and added them to my wish list, and so she put them in there for me. If you don't know the first book, Caraval, we follow sisters Scarlett and Tella, and they have wanted their whole lives to go to this mysterious game named Caraval. It only appears once, like every year, and only in one place. It's never reappearing in the same place twice, and Scarlett has always wanted to go. She always writes letters to the mysterious master named Legend. One day she actually gets invited, and when her and her sister Tella show up to Caraval, Tella is kidnapped, so Scarlett has to win the game to find her sister. Now I will say the first book, Caraval, didn't really like, but I was committed to reading the series, and Legendary got even better. I gave that one 4 stars, and then Finale was the best one and gave it 5 stars, so I grew to love the series as I read it. So the next 3 books are books that I bought myself on my birthday at Half Price Books, and the first one is The Electric Kingdom by David Arnold. Now if you watch my favorite books of 2022, you would know that this was my favorite book of last year. I read it as a paperback art copy, and so I wanted to get this hardcover copy just because I needed it for my collection, and I do want to reread it and annotate it. So this book follows a group of characters. They are all very different, and they are all in different places in the world, but they all eventually come together because this is a post-apocalyptic book, and these characters are living in the apocalypse 20 years after it has happened. And the way this apocalypse happened was because these flies took over, and it was called the fly flu. Now these flies, I like to describe them as sharks in the sky because they can smell blood from miles away. They are also super strong and can carry a human being off and eat all their flesh off of their bones. So one of the characters we follow lives with her father, and they are not doing well, and so she, along with her dog, go out into the world to find a better life for her and her family. And then we follow another little boy who he is living in a movie theater. That is where he lives, and he kind of has this found family in this town, and they each have their own building, so it's really cool. But then we also follow a mysterious character named the Deliverer, and this character gives life to others, and that's all I'm gonna say. It is really cool, it is really gruesome, but also hopeful and just lovely, and I loved it so much. The next book I got from Half Price Books is His and Hers by Alice Feeney. Now I don't know anything about this book, and I'm not going to, so I can't tell you anything about it, but Alice Feeney also made my favorites list of 2022, so I am trying to read everything she ever wrote, and this one is pretty short, but I am assuming that it is a thriller with another gripping twist. And the last book I got at Half Price Books was Sorcery of Thorns by Margaret Rogerson. This is one of Katie's favorite books of all time, and I am planning on reading some of her favorite books and vlogging it, so this is one of the ones that I want to pick up for that. I believe this is like a standalone fantasy, although there's a new book coming out in this world, so I don't really know how it goes. I don't know a whole lot about it, but I am hopeful because Katie loves it. The next 4 books all go together, and my mom got them for me for my birthday, and that is the Delirium series by Lauren Oliver. Now, this is a classic YA dystopian series that I never got to, and this year I am making it a point to read those series that I always wanted to read in high school but never got to them, and this is one of them. So let me show you. First, we have Delirium. I also love these new covers so much. I love the colors on them. And then the second book is Pandemonium. I love the gray. And then the third book is Requiem. Love that. And then the last one is actually a short story collection, which is Delirium Stories, so it's very short. But I'm very excited to read this series. I love dystopian, so I feel like I'm just going to be obsessed. The next book was so kindly sent to me by my friend Michelle from Michelle's Library, and that is Funny You Should Ask by Alyssa Sussman. She sent this to me for my birthday and for Christmas, and this cover always draws me in, and Michelle said the same thing, that it just looks so intriguing. So if I'm correct, I believe this follows a celebrity interviewer, and years ago her and this celebrity kind of hit it off, and now years later she is going to interview this celebrity again and maybe spark up a romance. I'm hoping to read this one in February because it just screams month of love to me. The next book my mom gifted me for Christmas, and that is Love from Scratch by Caitlin Hill. Now, this is a food romance, which is my favorite subgenre of romance. And so what I know is I believe this is kind of like an enemies or rivals to lovers story. So we follow a girl named Reese, and Reese has landed this internship with a baking company, I think. The only downfall is when she gets there, what's his name? Benny is there, and he is said to be a relentlessly charming, backwards baseball cap wearing culinary intern and her main competition for the job. So I am just gonna love this one so much. I already know it. Next, my aunt gifted me for Christmas a cookbook, and that is Baking It Easy, and this is from Fit Waffle on Instagram. I follow her, and her recipes are so delicious but so easy, and so this is one of her cookbooks, and I am so excited to start baking things from this. The next book my other aunt gifted me for Christmas, and that is What I Talk About When I Talk About Running by Haruki Murakami, and this is actually a memoir about his time training for the New York City Marathon. If you don't know, I am a distance runner myself, so I love to read books about running, especially memoir books about running, because I feel like running is such an important thing that affects people in so many different ways, and I know what it has done for my life, so I'm interested to see what it has also done for others. Another Christmas gift from one of my aunts was How the Penguins Saved Veronica by Hazel Pryor. Now, my aunt and I, we both love penguins, and so the only reason I put this on my wish list was because it was about penguins. I didn't care what else it was about. My aunt saw it and bought it for me because, once again, penguins. But reading the back, it says a curmudgeonly but charming old woman, her estranged grandson, and a colony of penguins prove it's never too late to be the person you want to be in this rich, heartwarming story. Oh my gosh, these penguins are just gonna save the day, and I love it. That same aunt also gifted me The Winter Duke by Claire Eliza Bartlett. Now, I don't know anything about this. I honestly don't remember adding it to my wish list, so I can't remember if she got it from my wish list or if it's something she saw and thought of me. But I know that it is a young adult fantasy, and it says someone wants to help her, someone wants to use her, and someone wants to kill her. That's all I know, and that's all I'm gonna know. So we'll see how it goes. Next, with a gift card I got for Christmas, I bought Spare. Of course, this is his memoir. I had to get it. Also, how stunning is this cover? I love it so much. But I have heard synopsis of this book, and I know that it would be a field day for Sigmund Freud. And I have a degree in psychology, so I am very hesitantly going into this one because I feel like it's going to open my eyes into things that I didn't need to know. Next, I bought one of my most anticipated books of the year, and that is How to Sell a Haunted House by Grady Hendrix. This is Grady Hendrix's newest horror book, and we follow single mother Louise, who just found out her parents suddenly died in a car wreck. So she has to travel home to get everything together and try to sell their house, but of course her annoying, awful, despicable brother Mark shows up. Can you tell how much I dislike him? Mark shows up, and there's this whole fight about who gets what, who gets who, all the whole thing, because Mark is horrible. And as they are trying to sell this house and cleaning out things, they discover that her mom's doll collection, yes, her mom collected dolls, like hundreds and hundreds of dolls in the house, might be haunted. So I already did read this one. It is not my favorite Grady Hendrix. I feel like with Grady Hendrix, I have the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires on a pedestal, and all the other books of his are kind of like the peasants of the kingdom, you know? And this one, it was good, but not my favorite. I love this cover so much though. Next, my 2023 did not start out great, so I was perusing Walmart and I decided to pick up a book to hopefully elevate my mood. So I picked up Loath to Love You by Ali Hazelwood. This is her short story collection, so we have 3 novellas in here, which is Under One Roof, Stuck With You, and Below Zero. These were previously on ebook, but they just published as a physical book, and so I'm hoping to get to this one in February because I have loved both of Ali Hazelwood's books so far. Next, with a gift card, I bought People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry, and I am planning on reading all of Emily Henry's adult romance books pretty soon, and so I needed to slowly collect them, and this is the next one that I bought. I can't even remember what it's about. We follow Poppy and Alex, and I think this is best friends to lovers, which I love that trope, so we'll see if it's my favorite. The next 2 books I decided to purchase from Waterstones because I am slowly collecting these Stephen King editions from Hoffer and Stoughton, and they are the new storyteller editions. And the next one I got was Everything's Eventual. I believe this is a short story collection, and that's all I need to know about Stephen King. The next one from him I believe is also another short story collection, and that is Different Seasons. So I just decided to add these to my collection, and I really don't need to know anything about them. The next book I got was Girl of Nightmares by Kendara Blake, and this is the sequel to Anna Dressed in Blood. Anna Dressed in Blood was a book that I read years and years ago, but I recently reread it because I never read the sequel, even though it's only a duology, so it would be really easy to finish. But I needed to own the copy because my library didn't have any, so I was like, might as well buy it because I owned the first one and I really liked it, so I'm hoping to get to this one soon. And the last book I bought was another Stephen King book, and I got it from Pango Books, and that is The Long Walk. And I got this one because this is the next Stephen King book I need to read. I'm reading all of his books in publication order, and this is the one I am up to. From what I know, we follow a group of boys who are in kind of this game, which is a walk, and whoever stops walking dies. So I feel like this might be one of my favorites. I just have a good feeling about it. So those are all the books that I have to haul for you today. Let me know if you have read any of these. I would love to know. But that is it for this video. If you made it this far, go ahead and leave the book stack emoji. Thank you so much for watching. As always, all my social media links will be down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!